ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chemical Reactions. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Juliet.
And today, we're back with our School of Metal series. We're going to be reacting to Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark, live at Rock in Rio. Let's get to it.
Alright, so first of all, as always, a shout out to the Chem Squad and to the Circle of Death. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to join us as part of our community, and then you can pick one of our sides of our subscriber base. To some of you who've been with us for a while, may remember that we did Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Probably it was one of the very first, maybe even the second School of Metal. I think Juliet was not a big fan. So we figured it's been long enough. We have to get back to Iron Maiden. So I put it to a poll. I honestly expected it to be either The Number of the Beast or Run to the Hills, which have always been kind of in my mind, the big Iron Maiden hits from the 80s. But Fear of the Dark actually won fairly handily. And every single comment pretty much was verbatim, do the live at Rock in Rio version 2001.
So that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
A light in the black, or just a fear of the dark.
That's great.
Man who walks alone when I'm walking a dark road, night are strolling through the park. When the light begins to fade, sometimes feel a little strange, a little anxious when it's dark. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something's always.
It's a little musical theater.
Yeah.
Fear of the dark. You. Fear of the dark. Have a phobia. Someone's always there. Your next can crawl when you're searching for the wrong. just hands for floor. You got no troubles on your mind. I know your mind is playing tricks. You said so suddenly I speaks. The dancing shadows from behind. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. I have a constant feeling something's always near. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. And the moment that someone's always there. Fear of the dark. Yeah. Fear of the dark. And the constant feeling something's always near. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. And the moment someone's always there.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
When I'm walking a darker road, I am a man who walks alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I certainly enjoyed this a lot more than my first experience with Iron Maiden, although I never said it was bad to begin with. It just wasn't really my vibe. This is more my vibe. I think something that I, really appreciate in a band is their ability to get, the crowd riled up and excited.
Yeah.
And, at the beginning, that was one of those, you already know what the F is going on moments. The crowd was so excited to have this song playing, and I think that's, a really good quality. To me, it sounds like a song about a fear of the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think the crowd was definitely into it, right? It could have been like a soccer match or a football match, as they would say in Brazil. That was an epic performance. That was definitely a good suggestion on your part. And, for a bit of context, so, about Iron Maiden essentially through 1992 when Fear of the Dark came out. They were essentially on top of the world, right? They were, along with Metallica, they were heavy metal, And then Bruce Dickinson left. And for most of the 90s, they were kind of out of the game, And then I think Bruce Dickinson came back in, I want to say 1999. 2000 rolls around, they came out with a new album, A Brave New World. I lived in Toronto at the time. I bought that album, and it definitely felt like, of course it was a bit more mature, it was a bit more of a different sound from the 80s, but it was definitely Iron Maiden is back. They have a lot of great songs in there, like A Brave New World, the title track, Wicker Man, The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. There's a lot of great songs that feel like real Iron Maiden, but more for the new millennium. And so this was essentially a year after that new album came out. I don't know how many people were in that crowd, but I'm assuming a lot. Because it looked like a lot.
It looked like a lot,
and they were all singing along. I can only imagine the energy that the band was getting from all that crowd singing along, humming along with the, even the guitar they were humming along, right? So they're really into it. And it's a great song. I think it's kind of classic Maiden in, a bit like Hallowed Be Thy Name, the other one we did, right? That starts a bit slower and then they really start to build and get heavier and angrier as the song rolls along. And, it's real rock, right? It's real music, real heavy metal. It's not of that, quantized, auto-tuned stuff that you find today. That's essentially a, assembly line of hits. This is real music. The drummer is just kind of increasing the pace. Everyone's following along. And on that stage, at that point, Iron Maiden had 3 guitarists, 1 bassist. So it's a lot of music.
Yeah.
And happening all at once. I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Don't start ranting about how cookie cutter modern music is.
Well, yeah. Well, not all modern music, but I mean a lot of it, right? It's you have the tool to clean up every little mistake that makes music what it is and makes it sound like it's actually created by humans instead of, copy paste.
In a way, the world has always been that way. There's always going to be like a mainstream and a certain way that most people kind of follow, like a status quo. And I think the thing about like metal music is that it's like deviating away from that, really at any stage of its existence.
Yeah. All right, should we talk a bit about the lyrics?
Steve, who wrote it, is really afraid of the dark.
Well,
it's the story of a man who walks in a park at night, and as it's getting darker, he sees all sorts of worrying things. Okay. It's really just a song about Steve being scared of the dark.
There you go. All right, no second degree there. It's about fear of the dark. Cool. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Steve. All right, should we do Metal Tomatoes?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
94.
Yeah, 94. I think I'd probably just one-up you and go to 95.
Ugh.
I really like the studio version. I think they really did a good job of making it sound like a live version, but keeping kind of the important things from the studio version as well. Crowd was into it in a way that we haven't seen since like Spit It Out, right? And would probably rival Spit It Out and like Domination and like all these great, awesome crowds. So I really enjoyed it. So 95. What'd you guys think?
Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our video. And if you want to see more, and we never say this, but you can click the little notification bell so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, and as you know, we still have our contest going on. We're going to Not Fest on August 30th.
And if we hit 20K, I'm dyeing my head purple.
Yep. So, if you want to see that, you have to click that. It rhymes. All right.
Don't do it.
Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. We will see you next time on our next video.
Peace.
Suddenly I spit, dancing shadows from behind.